This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you guys are watching this. I want to thank you for clicking on my video and watching a Don Productions YouTube video. Today, as you can tell by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about why I believe this car is one of the best, if not the best, daily drivers. Right now, we're starting outside of the car. Well, outside, but it's hot as fuck, so we're going to move into the side. We're going to move inside pretty soon. But I just wanted to let you guys know, like, this is my daily driver. It's an amazing daily driver. I put about around like 67,000 miles on it in the 4 months that I've owned it already, which is a lot. I've taken this thing everywhere. I've taken it to Houston like every weekend, like 2 weeks ago, like 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to a couple events down there with my Corvette club. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'll link it up in the description. I'll link it up for you guys to go check it out. But yeah, this car is, it's like, the reason I even would put this car in like a category like that and say it's one of the best daily drivers out there is because it had 5 different drive modes: weather, eco, tour, sport, and track. All 4 of those modes work flawlessly. If you want to beat the car down, and take it out, and you want to run it hard or whatever, take it to track or whatever, or put it in sport mode, just hit the exhaust or just have fun on some back roads, you can do that. It does everything flawlessly. And then, you know, after a hard day of driving, like I did in my Corvette cruise video when I went with my Corvette club, Accelerated Vets, we went on a cruise or whatever, it was some hard driving. And drove it back later on that day, drove it back home, put it in economy mode, we're still getting like 26.7 miles per gallon. So this car, it does a lot of things very well. Like I said, it has the looks. It has the comfortability, the practicality. The seats, my seats are the regular sport bucket seats, are not the competition seats. I wish I would have got the competition seat. But yeah, the seats, they hold you in good. They have enough bolster on the sides. I can go on a long road trip. The longest road trip I went on this car so far is just like 3 hours when I bought it from Dallas, and it was a 3-hour ride back home. But yeah, it has the comfortability. The seats are really nice. They're good. They come heated and cooled if you get a 2LT or 3LT trim level. Mine's a 3LT. And they're comfortable. You can go on long road trips with the car. They don't squeeze you. You know, I am kind of more like an athletic build, so I feel like I fit well in the seat. I am 6'3", and even tall people, like a guy I know, Mr. Organic, I met with him at this big legendary pull-up event back in June. I met him and tall guy. Mr. Organic, he's 6'6". He fits in the Corvette perfectly. Now tall guy, I think it's 6'10". He can fit, but it's a little bit uncomfortable. I'm 6'3", I fit perfectly fine in it. If you're a taller guy, there's no really struggle with you fitting in the car. You fit in pretty well. Now, when you do get in the car kind of feels like it's cocooned around you, if that makes sense. It may sound like it doesn't make any sense, but it kind of like cocoons around you. You feel like you're one with the car. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's tight, but it kind of is tight, but it's not tight to the point where it's like unfathomable. It's not tight to the point where it's uncomfortable. You know, it still feels pretty good inside the car. It's not tight to the point where it's like, oh, I don't want to be here. You feel crammed or you feel smushed or whatever. You know, it still feels pretty good inside the car. Like I said, you feel like you're one with the car. Car's very easy to drive. I did actually learn how to drive manual on this car as well. I'll probably make a video on how to drive manual or whatever, or my best friend actually, I'm trying to get him to get a Corvette, but I don't know. But he's never driven a manual, so I'm actually gonna be teaching him how to drive manual in this car. I'll be a video. It's a pretty cool video. You guys want to stay tuned and check it out. That's enough about the outside. We're gonna move to the inside of the car, and then we're gonna talk more about like the driving, the features it has, you know, the gas, the looks it has, the presence it has, and everything. You can take this car out, like I said, the weather mode. You can take it out with the weather mode. put it in weather mode if it's raining hard or whatever, the roads are slick, and the car, it works fine. It has like, I don't know what it does, but the car's program tunes the car or some shit like that. I don't know how this shit works, but it does it to where it limits, I guess, like the horsepower feature, or whenever you're accelerating or whatever, it does it to where it doesn't like jerk the car around or you're not slipping or whatever. Now I'm not saying go take this car out in some high ass floodwaters of shit and then, you know, obviously hydroplane, lose traction, and you fucking crash or shit. They are sport tires, so they're not gonna be as, you know, good as like regular road tires, so there's gonna be a little bit of slippage in them. But for the most part, every time I've driven it out of the rank, like I said, I drive this car every day, it hasn't failed me yet, so. All right guys, so we are back in the car right now. Yeah, we're continuing with the video, man. The competitors of this car, the car competes with cars that are like twice its price range. You know, Porsche 911, I don't know which one, but I know that's one of the competitors, and a Jaguar F-Type, I believe, too, is also another one of its competitors. Before I've ever even gotten one, I've always heard about how good the 7th generation Corvette really is, and you like just riding in it, just riding in one. If you haven't ridden in one, I'd highly advise it. But just riding in one is it's a whole different experience than actually being behind the wheel of one and driving one. It just does everything just like so well. It handles well. It can perform in, you know, I don't want to say like extreme conditions, but like to the point where like not dangerous conditions, but extreme conditions is the fact where it's like it's raining hard or something, or it's slippery on the road, I guess. Shit like that. They put it in weather mode and the car will perform easily. It gets good. I mean, it's a V8. It gets actually really good gas mileage. Probably gets better gas mileage than some of these other cars out here. My best is 30. I do drive it in sport mode a lot because I like to sound the exhaust, even though it is a stock exhaust. I still drive around in sport mode a lot. I like the way it sounds. So, the gas, I mean, I guess my daily gas mileage is around maybe like 19 miles to the gallon, or around 21. That's just depending on how I'm driving, because I'll switch through the different drive modes a lot. Like some days I'll drive around the eco mode, a lot of days I'll drive around the sports mode. I don't really use sport mode that much. And track mode is just like if I'm going on some back roads or some shit like that, and I'm gonna have fun, I normally do that. It not only has the looks, it has the comfortability, the practicality. The trunk of the Corvette is actually really, it's really, really good. It's pretty big, so you can take this thing grocery shopping. You can take it on the, you know, weekend getaway with your girlfriend, your wife, your kids, or whatever. You can take it on a weekend getaway. You know, suitcases and everything will fit in the back pretty good. It has, I think, like, oh, don't quote me on this, like 15, 14, 17 cubic feet of space back there, some shit like that. I don't really know. You'd be impressed with what this car can do. It's a coupe, it's small, it's Corvette, it's just low to the ground. I don't really have too many gripes about this car, honestly. Like it just does, like it does everything just well. Some people see cars as oh, it's just a car, it gets you from point A to point B. I feel like it's more than that. Being in tune with the car, and then I feel like even if you get like a manual transmission in the Corvettes, it's more engaging to it. You learn more about the car, you have more fun with the car, you learn more about what your car can do and stuff like that. And it turns a lot of heads. I mean, nobody really cares about that, but it does. That's one of the things that come with the 7th generation Corvettes. It turns a lot of heads. A lot of people see them. They've been out for 5 years now, and they still get you know, a lot of attention. The Corvettes, they do also have a very nice interior. It's not the best. No, there's a couple plastic features, but for the most part, it's a pretty good interior. It's a huge step up from last generation. And like I said, you're gonna spend most of your time in the interior of a car as well, anyways. So it's a pretty nice place to be. Has a lot of the, you know, the luxury car type features or whatever. It comes with heated and cooled seats, like I said. Heads-up display, which is really good. With a heads-up display, which is really good. But being that it is a Corvette and it's more of a driver's car, sports car, it doesn't come with a lot of convenience features, as you know, like backup assist and shit like that. If you want that, you would have to go with the Camaro. And still, I don't think you're too bad with that, because you know, you don't buy this type of car for those type of features anyways, but they do give you some, so I mean, I'm not really tripping off of that. The only gripe I really do have about the interior is the transmission. Sometimes, I mentioned this in one of my other videos, is it pops out a lot. Only in like when I'm moving the car, like say I'm in first gear, or coming out in first gear. Sometimes first gear will pop out. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, it'll do that. But yeah, so I'm not gonna ramble on too much longer. Our comes to the point of the end of the video. Like I said, if you've never driven one, I highly advise you just go to like a used car dealership or something where they have, you know, some used Corvettes, because from my experience, they don't let you test drive brand new ones, just because, I don't know, they consider them high value cars or whatever. I mean, which they kind of are, you know, they're pretty expensive. But yeah, if you haven't test driven one, I highly advise you go test drive one. I've test drove one before I actually bought this one and fell in love with it, because like I said, I was actually gonna get a GT350 over this car, but once I test drove this, I was just like, there's just no way I could. I mean, one thing I will give the GT350 over the Corvette is that the GT350 has a way better exhaust sound. Like, that thing is fucking out of this fucking world. Like, that shit sounds insane. Like I said, it's a very good car. If you haven't driven one, I'd highly advise you. You won't be disappointed. The car does a lot of things well. I really don't see not one thing that the car, you know, doesn't really do well. Honestly, like I really just don't know. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. Like I just don't know. But yeah, we're reaching the point of the end of the video, guys. If you haven't followed me on social media, Down_Productions on Instagram, Snapchat @ForReal. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Have a blessed day.